Hey, what's up, Benji? How are you, bro? Let's get it. Been a slow month for me. It's going up, back to drawdown, up, back to drawdown, up, back to drawdown, up, and right now we are right here again. It's all good. I'm gonna have a sell stop at the break of these lows here. Music is glitchy. The music is glitchy. I don't know what's going on. There we go. I don't know what the hell happened there. Damn. How's everybody doing? I really quit working out uh Monday through Thursday. I work out Friday, Saturday, and sometimes Sunday. Previous daily high, we almost swept it. Oh no, this is the previous daily high. The previous daily high. I don't have time during the week anymore. I trade the morning session. I'm up at 6 a.m. Trade the morning session. Then I go to work till like 6. Then I eat dinner. And then I get ready for stream at 7:30 till like 10, 11. And then I go to sleep. So I go Saturdays and Sundays now. Friday nights. I usually go home and like around 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7 maybe. I take a nap till like 10 o'clock. Then I go to the gym till like midnight. And then I come back home. I think after working all day, then taking a nap, taking some good pre-workout, going to the gym. It's pretty Gucci. One day a week, going as hard as I go, is enough to maintain. I'm keeping the sell stop. What up, big dog? Good luck to your nephew. Hope he hits it out of the park. My neighbor's got a loud ass car. I don't know if you guys were hearing that. He's first up next at bat. Tell him to put his hips into it. I'm doing good, bro. Doing well. a subscribe, brother. Um, I started watching other streamers on Twitch, and boy, I did not realize how much I hate ads. So now I pay for the membership so I don't have to watch ads. Shit. I can't stand ads. So I'm anticipating this to be the daily high for the 4-hour flip for the 4-hour money printer to play out as the 4-hour is rejecting off these levels here. This previous 4-hour closed with no top wick, so I'm expecting at least a 70 pip pullback. That's to the daily low. That news trade that I took earlier, on top one, for on the forex side, the CFD side, there's a 5-hour news rule, so I had to be in there since 3 in the morning. I was in there since like 3 in the morning, and the trade was 5.5 hours on the dot. My dog options. Yeah, so it slipped me by $100, breaching the max daily profit. So then my profit target would have had to be extended by like an extra $400. But it took like 5 minutes to load the trade, and then once it loaded, it showed the exact TP. I don't know if the broker adjusted it or if it was just a glitch because of the news push. But I was risking 2% on that Nasdaq trade for 1%. I sat in drawdown all night. I watched Comex Open take me like 80% to TP and then all the way back to break even within like 2 minutes. And I'm like, holy shit, was that the pre-news move? And then we started forming structure, and I was like, nah. I waited, waited, waited. News pushed me past the TP and it was still holding there, and I was spamming close and it was saying, please contact your broker. Unable to close position. Please contact your broker. And then like a second after that, it said closed. It's the same idea that I had on gold. That's because I took a loss. But I had the same idea on gold and I didn't hold like a pussy. So when I saw the same setup on the Nasdaq, I decided to hold it. So this has been my progress. If you were here earlier, options. Let's say this is the break even. It went like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, and now we're back here. This is payout, or this is payout. Yeah, dog. I've had a very, 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 very rough time being right there, tasting it right there. But I'm assuming with the run that I've been having, I've been hitting the max daily profit. I think 5 out of the last 10 trading days. So if I can hit another day like that, I'm going break even here. And I'm gonna close 75%. I was at 51 pips. That trade lasted 8 seconds. They're gonna deduct that, brother. I think so, yeah. They're very, very strict on that exact mark. If it's 10.01 seconds, you're Gucci. If it's 9.99 seconds, you breached. The TP. So with the Forex, your trade has to be placed 5 hours before the news. For if it smacks your TP within the 5 minutes of news, it doesn't breach the rule. And we're stopped out break even here on the last trade. Hourly closure, so we caught 50 pips on that. Nice. I closed more than 75%. I closed like 90%. I closed 80% at 50 pips. Yeah. So I'm using that as an example. So I don't know if in futures, if you already have your TP set, if it activates and hits your TP within the same second, if it's already set, that might still be considered tick scalping, bro. I think. Yeah, that might still be considered tick scalping. So what I do is I set the 5-minute timer and then I let it rock. If it drives 20, 30 pips, because I'm to be quite honest, I'm not trying to hold for 10 pips anymore. I'm trying to catch the move that I'm anticipating. If I'm anticipating this 4-hour flip, why would I not hold until the 4-hour attempts a flip, right? This was my first theoretical break-even point, and we smashed through it, so I closed. If not, I would have went break-even right here, and then if the 5-minute timer happens and we're still hanging out right here, I'll close full here. But if we start to pull back and we hit break even within that 5 minutes, then I'll get a better entry. If we hit my break even and then we start to drive down, like one of those types, then I'll have a better indication that we're actually coming down, and then I can just get the 4-hour flip. Yeah, the thing is that I don't think they're gonna deduct it until you go request payout. The trade that I'm really interested in is my options contracts. I have 35 contracts. If gold drops 5% with these tariffs, which is very with this negotiation with China, which is very possible, it'll basically retest last month's lows. I have another month left on my contract. If this entire month spends it coming down, trying to retest those lows, each of these 35 contracts will be in profit 12 to, I just checked today and it changed to $24, depending on what day of the week we hit that target. So if it happens late in the week, it'll be 12. If it happens early in the late in the month, it'll be 12. If it happens early in the month, it'll be 24 times 35. That's $400. I actually have 40 contracts because I have 5 more of a different contract. I wonder if we can attempt to re-break the high and then come back down. Yeah, bro. I was at the 2% payout. And then I had 14 more trading days for it to be valid. And I kept trading. And I took a loss. And then I got to like a few hundred away from the threshold again. And then I took a loss again. And then I was negative on the account. And then the 1% win yesterday or today brought me back above water. This is an instant funded account with top 1 trader. I'm gonna have a sell stop here on the flip of this candle. What up, Jonathan? How are you, bro? Alright, that activated me. Let's go 4-hour flip. Yes, sir, my sell stop got activated. It's already like 15 pips in profit. Oops. I usually never market execute. I enter sell stops and stuff like that and buy stops. So I usually have it preset, so it gives an indication of when I'm gonna take a trade. Nice. UJ. One day I'll get into some different forex pairs. You never like I was watching some of these guys swing trade these kinds of pairs and they have such clean price action on the higher time frame. And I'm like, wow, a lot of these pairs are just ranging. If I just set an alarm and just wait until we're breaking highs or hitting like a high, I can swing a reversal pretty high leverage. Especially with these like slower moving pairs that are like constantly breaking and bouncing back and forth from support and resistance. This is not a signal service either. Keep in mind, guys. These are not signals. This is just you watching me trade. If I take a loss, it's me taking a loss. I don't know anything about Forex. I hear futures is way better. Yes, I am a futures trader, but I accidentally bought an instant funded that's Forex. So until I get paid out on it, I'm gonna keep trading it. Trading support and resistance scalping. mainly what I'm interested in. So support, resistance, continuations on the support and resistance within smaller time frames, taking breakouts within the higher time frame trend. If it's breaking out on the higher time frame, how can I look at the lower time frame to catch a very nice entry on the breakout of the higher time frame, aka the 4 hour, flipping for the money printer, coming down to fill this no top no bottom wick on this 4 hour that we have, so that we have a lot of orders that should get filled on the way down there. Rejecting off this level to me seems like the highest probability area for us to come back down and retest the market open, which is the 4 hour flip, which we'd be out by then if it comes down and starts smacking our TP. What do we see there? 22. Seems like such a nice area for the 4 hour to flip off of. Hey, Don Julio. I saw you at the casino, my boy. You spotted me at the casino. That stuff is just so interesting to watch. I don't understand what he's doing. But it's pretty crazy and entertaining. No wonder people love to watch him. Where is the bathroom? I'm gonna let this shit rock. This whole immigration stuff is wild. People just need to go home. Trump ain't even doing a good job. His numbers are still so much less than Obama and Biden. Still so much less. So it's like, why is everybody complaining so much, bro? This guy's not even good, dude. Why can't we be friends? 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 We have a 15-minute closure coming up here. This monthly candle has no bottom wick. What the hell is going on? There we go. DXY is dumping. $15 is closing in 7 seconds. We're closing kind of respecting this little support that we created here. We're coming down without a top wick first. 'm gonna close the trade here at 5 pips, break even basically. The more that I look at it, with us respecting here, we might come up a little bit steeper. With the way the hourly is looking, we might have an hourly bullish celery here. And a 30-minute celery as well. Respecting the VWAP, closing above this level, creating a little support here. I think this trade probability is not so high, so I'm going to close it there. I'm going to wait for a steeper pullback on this 15-minute candle. Get a top wick at least. If this doesn't give us a top wick, I'm going to wait for a closure on the 5-minute down below these levels, another pullback, and then a rebreak to refill, or maybe just a sell stop on the rebreak of the 4-hour low. Yeah, I really would like something like this before coming back down. What up, Hank? Let's see what happens here. He caught 50 pips already. %80 closure too. That was a nice closure. Yo, shout out to Wix9. Shout out to Wix9, brother. I hope his shoulder gets better. Alright, so let me redo an analysis here. Let's go back to the hourly time frame. Our hourly candle, previous candle closed bullish, giving us a money printer. The money printer played out. We almost filled the entire wick. We closed above this level, and then we just closed back below here. But on the smaller time frame, we have structure here. So are we using this as a resistance, or are we using this as a support to create a new high before coming back down, right? So we grabbed orders here, and we have another high here. So like if we break into like this clean range here and then come down, that would be cleaner. But now that we've filled the range, gave the rejection, and now we're forming support where we're supposed to be rejecting from, I'm a little bit more skeptical of that sell, and I think I'd rather wait it out a bit and see maybe what the 30-minute closure has in store. Maybe if the next couple of 5-minute candles start to form below, we can take a sell, refilling the wick down. But it took a while for it to happen once we rejected off these levels. It came down like it just did, then price came up, came back down, and then I don't want to catch just, that's 120 pips. But let's see. What's up, Nadim? How are you? My brother from another mother. Popping in. Getting them pips in. Yeah, when you wake up at 5 in the morning, saying, all right, I'm gonna buy an account, so when I set my alarm for 6 and I wake up, my account's already active. Make sure you're at the right page. Okay, so we just broke above VWAP. Suspect. I'm doing well. Doing well. A glass 5-minute candles. Have you guys taken any trades tonight? $7:30 p.m. candle flip sells. Beautiful. I'm in a UJ buy. Currently bounced off support areas. And wait for this 5-minute closure. What up, Chris? How are you, bro? Wow. It's straight. Do not get tempted into sells. Wait. Now that we pulled back like that, we need a top wick on the next candle, retesting these highs, and then we can take a sell, re-breaking the low. The money printer didn't fail, but the idea was for this money printer that drove 27 pips to activate the 4-hour money printer. That was the idea. That's why I didn't close anything and I held. Respected VWAP there. We're just kind of pivoting back and forth. I'll really wait till we start breaking down here. Once we get these anything coming down, we have a lot of room to fill. A lot of room. If you're new here, drop a like, subscribe, and ensure that you come every day. This is just gonna chop people around until we get proper closures. 3 minutes for the 30-minute. Look at that closure. Good thing we closed. What a closure. How many people we got in Zoom today? Oh, it's right up here. 7 people are Ruskies. Chop City, yep. Suda, yes. Chop City. Hey! CM Jared. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you for following. Thank you, my boy. Alright. This is all just resistance here. We would have to close above, pull back, then drive, right? That's what we would need for a continuation here. We can't just take a rebreak of the high there. Those trades have been screwing people very, very much lately. The 1 hour celery is playing out though. That's not really. Damn. What did this 30-minute do? 30-minute close bullish. That's ugly. Holy shit, this is dumb. That's just ugly. Bullish. Bullish closure. With the dump happening now, I gotta wait another 15 minutes. So the YouTube members get the Zoom link. The YouTube members that pay a couple bucks get the Zoom link. I'm trying to figure out how to do that on Twitch. I don't know if I can. Maybe I'll have to set up like a WAP or some shit. But yeah, but that would be for the Zoom. This flip bullish looks good. Hourly closed above. All the time frames are bullish. We just have. I like to draw fresh lines. We just didn't close above here. So are the buys to fill this range valid? Or is this rejection gonna be strong, right? We just rejected off this level, but we're not closing below here, which is the next resistance down here. So that's why I want to wait until we can get some sort of closure below there. We can get some sort of closure below there. That'd be nice. I can't take buys here. It's like too bearish there. Too much of a strong resistance. Have you guys taken anything tonight? Nice. $30-minute high. Nice. Nice. Without a daily bottom wick, I'm not interested in buys. I mean, it can keep pumping. We just have a daily resistance right here. Another one right here. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Yep, I completely agree with you, Hank. That's why I'm waiting for the higher time frame. So that way, if I'm taking something in confluence with like my hourly setups or my 4-hour setups, it makes a little bit more sense and I'm less hesitant. Look at that dump. $15-minute closure. Oh man, gold. What are you doing there, bud? we start breaking down here, that'd be nice. I'll be back. The markets have been chopping. I'm already thinking I haven't read it yet. What the hell? That's exactly what I'm doing. All trades have been 30-minute ideas with 1-minute entries. Yet. Alrighty, so with that 15-minute closing like that, I can't take any buys. With the 5-minute closing like that, I can't take any either. I mean, it does look straight. Just not super interesting. Whoa. This thing is just. It's just. Bouncing, man. These candles are huge. We got volume today, but what direction are we going? What is the Asian market gonna do when we open in a few minutes? Are we gonna dump? That'd be interesting. Eight minutes left. Just hit buy or sell and hope for the best. All I know is I'm gonna be patient here. I was anticipating that 4-hour money printer. The first 3 hours of this 4-hour candle are forming resistance here. If we don't close above here and we form with a resistance there, that's not going to be so bad. If we look at the 15-minute time frame, we might be creating a double top here. If we flip bearish and start closing below here, maybe pushing down on this 9 o'clock closure, we might be able to catch the push down. But the fact that we ding ding ding, that's perfect structure. It's just this level. I don't like this level. The next level is 92 pips away, so that's not too bad. This has been our session here. We got a wick down, giving us some nice room, like a good setup, and then back into range. Another push down would be pretty valid. Let's see. 4 minutes. Alrighty, so with this hourly closure coming up, this is gonna be the 9 o'clock closure. We're gonna have an hourly closure respecting this level. How is that gonna look like? What are we gonna do? Are we gonna start to pull down here? Hey, game ball, 2 doubles. Let's go. We caught a 50 pip dub as soon as you left. God did. God did. Thirty seconds. Alrighty, we're getting a dump here. 15-minute, no bottom wick. Hourly coming down, uglier than a motherfucker. I need a top wick. We're probably not going to get one. If that's the case, let's wait for some sort of pullback. If that's the case, then let's wait for some sort of pullback. Honestly, this is a sign telling us what the fuck these tariffs are about. If every time tariff news came out, the Asians bought gold, if this doesn't dump, that means nothing is gonna happen. I'm gonna attempt a sell on the rebreak of this low. If this happens, that would be the last attempt on that 4 hour. You got 50 pips until then. Yeah, we can do whatever we want until we get down to this level. If we can pull back, do some whatever, and then dump, that'd be nice. Shit. Bro, sometimes I'm in a trade and I leave the screen open on my phone, and then when I go grab my phone out of my pocket, I grab like the bottom of the screen and the buy and sell buttons are on the very bottom of the screen, so my thumb accidentally gets in another position. Sometimes a sell, sometimes a buy. Let's see what it wants to do here. The 4 hour money printer. We created a bottom wick here, now we're flipping bullish. Let's see. Bro, I was watching a video of TJR's prop firm, and I didn't go too deep. I stopped watching the video, but he had a prop firm, a futures prop firm, and apparently DX Trades deleted all of their history, so they had no idea who had a valid payout and who didn't, and everybody was able to say that they had a payout when they didn't. So I have no idea if they're even paying anybody back or they just shut down completely and denied everybody's payout. One of one funding. Bro, Ike had a live XFA that he withdrew almost all the money on, and I think it had like a couple hundred of drawdown, and he made 3,500 during news. And with the Top Step accounts, all you need is 8 profitable days to request a withdrawal. They have no consistency rule. So he's got 3K to withdraw. All he's got to do is make 200 for the next 8 days. 3K off the fucking Nasdaq news trade, I'm pretty sure it was. I think he just full sent the entire account. Look at that shit. One trade, 3,500. I'm deleting this. Holy shit. Yeah, me either. I have a lot of resistance here. I'm not interested in buys there. I need to break out of that. Hmm. Okay, 15-minute is closing bullish, engulfing this entire range. We still have a level here 40 pips away. Let's see what it do here. Are you gonna fake everybody out, little bitch, and give me my 4-hour money printer, you fucking pussy? Finally. I would prefer it to just range and come back down so I can take sells. Sometimes gold, when it ranges and it gives you beautiful bullish setups, and then it drives and you're like, huh, you gave me 30 pips. What the hell was that? I mean, this push down gave us 80 pips. That was a good move, but then everything else has been like 30 up, 30 down, 30 up, 30 down, 30 up, 30 down. But once we had this massive rejection, these two candles drove 80 pips in 10 minutes. That's the kind of push that I'm trying to be in. Yeah. Wow, look at that pump. Huh. I mean, those buy setups weren't bad. I'm just not interested until we get a closure above all this. And then, I don't know. We would have to... This would have had to been here. Then you have 80 pips, 100 pips until the fill of the range. This 4 hour flying up, look at it. What's this 15-minute look like? No bottom wick on the 15. It closed in range. This shit is fucking hilarious. Yeah, might be waiting on that 30. On forward, it's looking nice to come up. 4 hour got a decent bottom wick, but we still big enough zero trading up. Forex has a bottom wick. Where you're seeing that, my friend? I'm on Forex. I ain't got no bottom wick on this 4 hour. Huh. Oh, this current 4 hour closed with a bottom wick. Closed bullish, above, bottom wick, pulled up. But this 4 hour resistance here is strong. I would like to get out of there. Hey dog, chill out. Maybe had I noticed this bottom wick here, we could have used that flip on the 30 for the buys, which drove 60 pips. Not bad. Oh, yeah, I took a short here on my paper trade account, and it got stopped out here before hitting TP. So gay. I had 18 million realized profit, and I lost 17 million on that last trade. 15 million. That's crazy. Yeah, that rebreak of the high looks pretty valid. Oh, let's get a closure, pull back, and then I can maybe take an entry. on the 30-minute closure. We are now breaking into clean range. We have minor levels here. That's pretty much all that I'm worried about. So I hope we don't fill the full 70 pip range in one candle. Wait on that 30. My bad, G. So we broke the high. We attempted to drive. We failed. A 30-minute closed bullish. It closed above. The 5-minute came back down and closed back in range. Bullish on the hourly. We just closed above on the 30. I mean, I could scalp some sells down to the VWAP, but I can't without a pullback and then a rebreak of the low. And we're in clean range. The next resistances are all the way up there. This is a crazy dump. It's gonna be very interesting here. Lock in. I might be looking for some buys. Hey, nice. I'm gonna have a buy stop here on the flip of this 5 candle. I'm gonna be targeting these highs here. I'm gonna delete this and wait for this 15-minute closure. Yeah, it's easy to get tapped in and things to go south. Easy for things to go south. This 15 just closed super ugly right back into range. It's a beautiful 30-minute bottom wick. Did we tap the VWAP here? We didn't. We were so close. Let's see what we do here. Yeah. Could this be the bottom wick area before this 30-minute flips bullish? The way that this 15-minute closed, I would really like a bottom wick on the 15 to money printer to the upside, but that didn't happen. And it looks like we're coming down here now, maybe pulling back, creating that bottom wick. Come on. What are we doing here? Fucking gold. Last 3 days we facing this. Yeah. Are we just gonna drive right back into the opening range? But if we drive back into the opening range, grab some orders, and then break out again, I'm in there. Let's wait for this hourly closure now. I guess we have no choice. Some guy posted, after 3 weeks, I'm up 4% on 600k challenges, and I just bought another 400k in challenges to make it 1 million in challenges. So if you spent $1,000, $2,000 buying accounts, you could have just bought 3 instant fundeds. You could have just bought 3 50k instant fundeds, up 4%. That's 150k plus 4%. It would have been a $6,000 payout. in 3 weeks instead of being only up 4% on the challenge accounts halfway to passing. Yeah. Fuck evaluations, bro. As long as I can cop an instant funder for 300 bucks. Yep. Yeah. I wanted to take a wick entry here if we tap the VWAP. Yeah, I'm looking. I'm waiting. I wanted us to tap the VWAP and then maybe I could have taken an entry. That was pretty close. 2 minutes. Je pensé que la plataforma por IOR. I think that ceiling fan is for the gold. I think that the ceiling is for the gold in French. I think that for the ceiling is gold. Say it in a way that makes sense. I believe the gold price is hitting its upper limit, is probably what he was trying to say. I believe the gold price is hitting its upper limit. I sell from 3374, my TP 3300. Nice. It's all good, brother. I used translation and I figured out what you said. Hey, I don't even know how to speak French, my brother, and I was gonna try to. Oof. Hourly closed. Hmm. Why are you being glitchy? Four-hour close, respecting this 4-hour level. We don't have a bottom wick on the previous 4-hour. It's a tiny little bottom wick here. The 15 pip. Fed go brr, printing all the dollars. Well, I'm too late there on the hourly flip. It's already 23 pips. I wanted it to really pull back to here. You think it's possible to return to 3,300? Yeah, probably after we fill these ranges here. I mean, I don't expect us to re-break all these highs. But I do expect us to reject off these levels here. Yeah, I think I missed that. Yeah, I think I missed that. Yeah, it'd be break even here. This is worst week of my trading career. We've all had our worst week, and some of us continue to have our worst week. When it's this early in the week and you're having your worst week, the best thing to do is take a day off and look back and try to see what's going on. There are 3 possible reasons why you lost: luck, risk, and skill. If you're very skilled and all of your trades are the same and you took a loss, then you didn't lose because of the skill. You lost because risk played out. 80% win rate, A plus setups still lose 20% of the time. So you have to determine whether did you follow your plan and still take the loss. Cool, then you chalk it up to risk and it's none of your business anymore, and you just continue to trade. Was it luck? Sometimes you're unlucky. So sometimes you enter a trade and the second you enter it drops 200 pips. That's not something that you can account for. So you really have to understand what's going on in your losses and why you're losing. So you really have to look back at your data and see, okay, am I losing because my strategy is causing me to be wrong? Or am I losing because I'm right but my entries are just bad? Or am I losing because it's just probability of the way my trade setups are? If you have an 80% win rate, then your issue is probably your risk management. If you're winning the majority of your trades and you're still losing, then your issue is most likely risk management. You got to go back and study those winners. You're winning more than you're losing, so you have to go back and study those winners and see what is the key, what is a common factor between all the winners. What's the average TP? What's the average drawdown? What's the average um, does price after you close go in your favor again? How much does it drive on average? And you need all this information to really determine what to do next. Give me a couple minutes. I'll be right back. I'm gonna keep streaming. All right, I'm gonna have a sell stop here on this 30 rebreak of the low. We swept the high. We closed back in range. No top wick. We came up, grabbed the top wick. If we re-break this low, I think we should see a decent continuation. Down to at least the opening. You know what time it is? Yo, Bushi, how hot is it in Vegas right now? $104. What's the humidity level? Zero. Bruh. So then that 104 is like nothing. In Florida today, it was 95 was the hottest that we saw today. But with like a fucking 50 something% humidity. Oh yeah, then your guys' is air conditioners. Your drain lines don't need any service. Holy shit. That's a whole entire business down here in South Florida. Mold because of the humidities. Right now, 68% humidity outside at nighttime. It's 83, but it feels like 90 with the so it's 7 degrees because of the humidity. So on 95, we're really at like 102, 103 with full humidity. It's wild. What's this 15-minute candle gonna do? This 15-minute candle, I'm deleting this. I'm just gonna call it. See what this 15-minute candle is. Gold is like stalling out here. It's giving us decent structure to the upside here, refilling these ranges. But I'm still feeling sketchy about it. Yeah, this looks like it might just trickle up for the rest of the night. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I appreciate you guys for showing up. Drop a like if you're still here. Follow if you're new. We caught 50 pips earlier in the stream. Nice sell here before the continuation up. I'll probably be on for like another hour, seeing what the deal is. Hey, a new follower. I appreciate you, brother. The Frenchman. I appreciate you for showing up and following. Yeah, we caught 50 pips earlier on the sell down here. But yeah, I could have taken an entry here, then maybe the money printer on the 15 here, but I was very bearish tonight for some reason, and it was still at these levels of resistances. I wanted it to be in clean range. But alright, it is what it is. I appreciate you guys for showing up. Oh, you're not French, you just speak French? Ah. The OG, the big dog. My bad. Take it easy, gang. Morocco! What a beautiful place.